I think we're just going to do this load to Casper, Wyoming on this trip. We'll set the GPS to that and then we'll check the load board going out of this facility we're at now before we leave there. And if there's something good right here that we could hook on to, we'll certainly do that. Get this bad boy started. If she'll start. And she started. All right, let's yeah, all right. You want to play backwards? That's all right. We'll play backwards. All right, we're going to slip around here to the load board. EP Minerals. My trailer is ready, and as I suspected, it is right here on site. So we're going to go find that big boy. I don't suspect that it would be too far away. That little bouncy thing telling me it's that trailer right there. I'm just not much minding this drop and hook deal. And these short little runs are just fine with me. We get in that rock pile if I ain't careful. You know what, I'm just going to move over a little bit because I'm not hitting that trailer near where I need to hit it. Give ourselves a little bit more room here. Do this right. You know, act like I've done this before. Easy there, big boy. We hit it at an angle. Oh, we are attached. Actually, I think we might have. That treader was a little high when I backed under it there. If you didn't notice, I backed way up under it. I probably missed the fifth wheel totally. But you know what? I can't get out and go out there and crank it down. So we use the alternative T button to make the connection. All right, boys. Let's take us a little trip. Hey, we're just keeping up with tradition here, gentlemen. Go ahead and kill the truck, get that over with early. Anyhow, we're gonna get this big boy going. Head to Casper, Wyoming. Now, I could probably go left here and be all right, but I don't want to wind up getting into a bunch of rock. And I think things look a little better this way. So we'll go this way. I could be wrong. But somehow, I think I'm right. I think I'd just as soon make this easy on myself. I'll just keep cranking this big boy around. We'll go across this rock parking lot here. A little rough. Pretty good load on this trailer. It feels heavy. Go around this way and that way. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have me a straight shot right on out the gate. If we can make this turn without taking out that building. Yeah, we'll be all right. Lots of room. Casper, Wyoming bound. I'm assuming I got me a load of minerals here on this trailer. Take us right. Hope nobody needs to make a turn right here because I pretty much got the whole road taken up. And I hope nobody sneaks up on me. Hang in there, light. I used to drive one of them too. Concrete mixer. Drove one in down in Denton, Texas for a while. It was an alright job. Was home every night, so that was good. I was pretty young back then, probably 17, 18 years old, maybe 19. I can't remember for sure. But at the same time, while I was working down there, I had a bunch of rodeos that I had contracted to announce, and most of those were in North Dakota, Montana. So every Friday, I would have to fly out of Dallas, Texas, back up to North Dakota or Montana to do a show. You do what you have to do. Darn sure wasn't going to let them folks down. I'd committed myself to do their shows, and by God, I was going to be there to do them. Now, in real life, there's no sign up there that says I cannot take a ride on red. But a couple videos ago, I actually got a ticket from the truck sim for running a red light in this same situation. So, this time, I'm just going to wait till that light turns green. And the other ones are gone yellow now, so we're going to go here pretty quick. And I'll tell you, this has got to be a monster load on this trailer. In fact, I hope I ain't overloaded, because this truck's having a hard time getting going. Logan, Utah. Not that far from the Wyoming border. Even has its own river. Huh. Logan River. Big crawl out of Logan, Utah. Come on, big boy. You can do it. Anybody got to pee? Rest area, half mile. Nope, I'm good. It's a bit of a windy road here, boys. I'm looking up at my map there thinking, will it ever end? Probably not. We're gonna have us another little hook around here. Well, I do believe belong now. We're gonna be taking a right. I know you're waiting on the story. Well, I'm thinking of one. I think I told the one about being, oh, that's Wyoming again. Huh. Well, I told you a story in one of my previous videos about being stuck just north of Cheyenne, Wyoming, on the interstate there, going back to Billings, Montana. The wind was blowing so hard, empty bull wagon. Always stop, we can go. Empty bull wagon. Wind was blowing so hard I could not get over 15, 20 miles an hour without my trailer coming off the ground. This was another night, and the wind was blowing again pretty hard. Not as bad as that night that I couldn't actually go anywhere until I got escorted by another truck that got alongside me and blocked off the wind. We were north of Cheyenne again. Same scenario. Wind blowing, but not nearly as bad as the time before. And I was just putting along, maybe 30 miles an hour. Being careful. Had my side doors pulled on the trailer. Had the back door open so I could create some wind going through. And about, this is about midnight, I imagine. These 3 semis went flying by me. And one of them got on the radio and asked if I was all right, if my truck was broke down or what was going on. I was going so slow. I said, "No, gentlemen, I'm just fine. These old bull wagons, they don't handle the wind too good." And one of them made a wisecrack that the wind wasn't all that bad, and I said, "Well, it will be. When you get up there around Rollins, it will be." And I told them there's a curve up there where the wind comes through just like a tunnel, and that they had better be very careful when they got up to that area. And they said, yeah, okay, we got it. Oh, lo and behold, a couple hours later, I come up on that curb, and guess what? There's 3 semis laying on their side in the ditch. It was them 3 trucks. Well, maybe I was just a young man, but I think I knew what I was talking about. I might wanted to have listened. Fuel, well, we're doing all right on fuel. It looks like, so we're going to just keep mashing it and keep cruising here to Casper. Looks like we got us a tour bus behind me. Well, y'all just stay back there and give you a better view, slower view of the countryside if you just stay right behind me. I can only do what I can do. Now, I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and make $1 million doing this. And I'm going to do it on these short runs that are drop and hook. I'm going to keep this truck loaded all the time. I'm going to keep it on the road every day. And I'm going to keep it loaded just about every mile that I run. Now, I'm sure there'll be a little bit of deadhead here and there. But we are going to try to keep it loaded and rolling, making money every trip. This truck's got a very realistic Jake. Going out on the big road. 30 east. Let's see here. Evanston, 95 miles. Oh, and of course, a port of entry. Wyoming, famous for that. You don't have that little sticker in your window in Wyoming, you'll get a ticket. So you got to stop and get your little sticker. Oh, yeah. Yep. And we are being called in, of course. So we'll go get our little sticker. Make these fellers happy. Maybe I'll go in and have a cup of coffee with them. You never know. Wouldn't be the first time. Here we come, boys. Gonna get our little Wyoming sticker. 31 ton. We are heavy. That's pretty heavy. 31 ton. 62,000. This is lighter than 80, huh? Okay, story about a way station. Going through a way station with a load of cows. Got called into the back for an inspection. And I thought to myself, this is kind of odd. I have never been called into the back for an inspection with a loaded bull wagon. I mean, it's just something that don't happen because really those guys don't want to crawl underneath there. And I'd suggest they didn't. Anyhow, I pulled back there and I looked up and sure enough, there's this young DOT officer flagging me in, telling me where to go. So I pulled up there and he jumped up on the side of my truck. He said, we're just going to do a quick inspection of your brake system, lights and all that good stuff. I said, all right. And wanted to see my paperwork. I handed him the paperwork. We had all the paperwork we needed. Not a problem. Well, he pulls out his little roller board there, goes over to the side of the truck and says, well, I'm going to roll under here and check the spacings on your brakes, just part of the inspection process. And this was in the summertime and it was about 80 degrees. And if you've never been in a bull wagon when it's about 80 degrees, well, things get a little greasy, a little runny in there. About that time, them cows started moving around in that truck on the top deck. And they sloshed that stuff right on outside of the truck, and it plopped around right at his feet. He looked around for a minute, and I looked at him and I said, are you sure you want to crawl under there? And he said, maybe we'll just check your lights. And I agreed. I said, I think that'd be best for you. So we just checked the lights. And, well, everything was working, so we carried on. Just a young man. I probably hadn't been on the job very long and didn't understand the inner workings of a cow truck, I guess. Hauling livestock, this is much easier. This dry van or these non-perishable loads that you don't have to keep rolling with, that you could actually stop. It's a lot easier and a lot less stress. Hauling cattle can be very stressful, or any livestock can be very, very stressful. You're constantly worried about other drivers, people out in front of you, and trying to avoid using the brakes, using them only as little as possible. Charting your way through a state. Say your exit's coming up a mile in a mile, well, that's when you start backing down with a bull wagon, with livestock. I've hauled a lot of race horses around the country, and that's even more stressful than hauling the cows. Mainly because them horses is worth a lot of money. Better get this straight here, figure out where we're going. Quit talking so much. I just know whenever I haul a load of horses, like to Kentucky from Iowa, which is about 750 miles, give or take. Pretty good jaunt. I just know when I get there and get that livestock off the trailer, it's just a huge sigh of relief that we got there safe and sound, and everything walked off the truck safe and sound. I worry so much. But I guess if you don't worry a little bit in any kind of trucking you're doing or any kind of thing in life, if you're not worried a little bit about the end result, well, maybe you just don't care very much about the end result. And you should care. You should take pride in everything you do. You be committed to it. If you tell a man you're going to do something, do it. Don't leave him hanging. We got about a half a tank of fuel. What was that, 380 miles we had to go? We got 195 miles left to go. Oh, just paid my loan installment on my truck. Oh, neato. I like tunnels. I think they're cool. The George Fleming Tunnel. All right, here's my tip for the day. You're going up Lookout Pass, and it becomes glare ice, and you're spinning out. You can't get nowhere. What are you gonna do? Well, we talked about dogging a truck. Remember that? Rock Springs has been discovered. I thought we were going to Casper. Oh well. Anyway, mate, get back to the story. So you're on Lookout Pass. You're spun out. You can't get nowhere. Can't get no traction. Guess what? Got no chains. Which I'm just using this as a storyline because really you need to have chains if you're driving in that kind of country. So you can slap them on there and get yourself going. But no chains. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to give you a tip. It's a pain in the butt, but it works. You just jump out there, and on your drive wheels, you let about 20 pounds of air pressure out of each one of them wheels. And that spreads your contact base on that ice. Remember that a hard tire, like a highly overfilled, aired up tire, will spin a lot more than a squatty tire, shall we say. So, let about 20 pounds of air out of each tire, and then dog it on out of there. I guarantee you'll make it. But then you gotta stop and air them tires back up. It's a pain in the butt, but hey, you got up the hill. But you really should have chains. Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Idaho, places like that. In the winter months, chains are mandatory. You have to have them on your truck. So most truckers out in that neck of the woods have chains. When I say chains, I mean real chains, not socks. Chains. Wyoming is all right, but boy, the wind blows here a lot. It's just almost constantly blowing here in Wyoming. Kind of like Florida. You can, or you used to, I don't know about now, I haven't been down there in quite a few years. You used to be able to set your watch by the rain in the afternoon. 3 o'clock every afternoon, it's going to rain. You just about set your watch by it. We got 109 miles to go to our drop point. I'm just going to whip on in here and fuel this bad boy up. I seen a sign that said travel lot or travel place or whatever you want to call it. And this is Rollins. Huh. Oop. Old Jake works good in low gears. Ooh. Any cows coming? Oh, but a tour bus is. Nope, there you go. Okay. Whip on yonder in here. Cattle guard. Ooh, just went a little bit too fast there. You see that car? That guy cheated. We'll go over yonder over here to where the trucks fill up. See, now I'm getting a little smarter about this. I've only run it out of fuel 3 or 4 times before I started paying attention here. $4.10 a gallon. You got to shut your truck off to fuel up. I guess it's part of the rules and regulations. Sometimes my button for my parking brake works backwards. You ain't quite figured that out, but when we weighed this thing, it said 31 ton. But boy, it sure feels like it's a lot heavier than that. To me, anyway. All right, we got 98 miles to go to our drop point. I hope you guys continue to enjoy the videos. I'll be honest with you, I enjoy doing them. I really do. I never thought that this would be something I'd like to do, but it is actually fun and relaxing for me. Cattle guard again. Rough. P, you can do it. Filled up full of fuel and getting back on the big road. Dude. Can't see my blinker? What is your deal? What is your malfunction, son? Huh. Well, I was all worried about getting over in that lane. I had to go this way anyway. That's funny. Oh, Lord. There I was back there on the interstate, upsetting the locals when I was in the right lane to begin with to get off the highway, because that's what the GPS said. Said you needed to get off the highway right here. Hey, I'll stop twice at the next one. 86 miles to go. I wonder if I am actually going to get to deliver a load in the daylight here. That'd be kind of nice. Looks like we got us a turn coming up here. Not this light. But the next one, I do believe. Why, heck, even the airplanes look real in this thing. What the heck? Look at the airplane taking off up there. Well, the sign said, sharp turn. Any of you fellas sneaking up alongside me? I hope not. I do tend to oversteer. But still getting used to this thing. I mean, it's just like every other truck you get in. Everyone's different. You just got to get used to them. Basically, it kind of makes me a little leery about coming into these turns too fast. Rack up another day of riches here on American Truck Simulator. Well, that's right, America. American Truck Simulator. Join us for fun and thrills, where you can learn to be a trucker and earn money and manage your own business and do it in your own time. That's American Truck Simulator. Voiceover work. Used to do a lot of it. I didn't even pay attention to what town this is. We only got 4 miles to go. There's a happy little guy up there waving around in the wind, selling cars. I better get over here because I'm not quite sure. I might have to take a left. Would this be where I take a left? I believe so. truck. Still got 2 miles to go. We have to take a left. Not right here, though. But we will here pretty soon. Brave. See, I told you. Car on a stop sign will always pull out in front of you, even in truck sim. Better stop. Yeah. Uh-huh. You betcha. It just gave me a violation for a red light, and I didn't even run it. Oh well, guess you gotta pay the man, right? Now, granted, I did roll out in there a little bit, so yep. I guess I'm at fault. Should turn on my blinker so I don't get a ticket for not having my blinker on, I guess. $541, I think that's what it said. Ticket for the red light. Now that's eating into my $1 million. Alright. Now, are you gonna stay green long enough for me to make this turn, or are you gonna go ahead and give me a ticket? You know, sometimes you're driving down the road and you see a truck that hit a low bridge. Well, I can tell you without a doubt, although I've never hit one myself, but I know there's somebody that has, that sometimes that's not their fault. What happens is, road repair crews, when they go through there, sometimes they don't think, and they raise the road going through there, and these drivers come along and the sign says 13 or 14 foot and he's 13.6 and he hits the bridge. Well, but anyway, make a long story short, they raised the road when they put it in and didn't change the sign. So, and that happens a lot more than people think. So you got to be careful. You see a sign that says 14 foot and you're 13.6, you might want to be a little cautious, especially if you can tell there's been some recent construction. You might shave the top right off your trailer if you ain't careful. Hey, I think we've been here before. I think we have. Yeah, we delivered here once. And I think we unloaded in the exact same place last time. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to find us a load out of here because this is a train yard. So we're going to unhook here. I think last time I loaded out of here, I took a oversized load. Blew that mission. Basically had to abandon the load because I could not get that load in. It went into a mine, and I was just almost there and spun out for the second or third time and just could not get going. There just was no getting going that time. So I had to abandon the load, and it cost me money, and I didn't like that much. All right, the lights are green. Another load delivered safe and sound. We're going to hit the activation button and decouple this trailer. Job completed. Excellent. Silica delivered from Logan to Casper. We drove 370 miles. We took 11 hours and 54 minutes. Well, we had $12,827 total earned, 761 extra points. We're still at level 7, and been fun being with you today. Guys, this is Papa Pickle on behalf of the Formal Pickle. Until next time, bye.